When will she marry? Who will be the lucky man? The night was come in the village of Umuaka. The moon hung gently in the sky, casting a silver glow over the huts, while the sound of crickets filled the air like a soft lullaby. It was on a night like this that Nkemdelim's destiny began to unfold. Nkemdelim was not just beautiful, no. Her beauty was the kind that made people pause. But more than that, she had a calm spirit, a wise heart, and a quiet strength that made elders nod in approval. Yet, as the seasons passed, whispers began to follow her. When will she marry? People would always ask, who will be the lucky man? The question. Her parents, worried but hopeful. A day when her parents decided that it was time. And so, one early morning, they dressed her in a finest wrapper and headscarf. Then she walked a narrow path that led to the shrine of the great prophet, Prophet Nokema. The air around the shrine felt different. The air was heavier, sacred. The old prophet sat beneath a mighty tree, his eyes closed as if he could see beyond the world of men. Nkemdelim knelt before him. Her heart was beating softly like a talking drum. Without opening his eyes, the prophet spoke. Your husband, he said slowly to her. His voice was deep like distant thunder. And he said to Nkemdelim, his name is Ken. Silence filled the place. Nkemdelim lifted her head and was surprised. She whispered to herself and said, just a name. No face, no sign, no direction. But the prophet said nothing more. And so she left, holding on to just that one word, Ken. Weeks passed. Then one day, at the bustling village market, she met him. He was tall and strong. His hands were marked by hard work. And he smiled at her, simple and warm, and said to Nkemdelim, my name is Ken. Her heart skipped. Could this be him? But before her thoughts could settle, life surprised her again. At a village gathering, she met another man, calm and intelligent. His words were flowing like a gentle river. I am Ken, he said to Nkemdelim. Nkemdelim blinked and said to herself, another. Then came the third, confident and charming, a man who spoke of wealth and distant lands. Ken, he introduced himself proudly to Nkemdelim, and her confusion began. Then the fourth came with music. His voice was wrapping around her like a soft embrace under the moonlight. Ken is my name, he whispered to Nkemdelim. And finally, the fifth Ken. He was quiet, gentle, and different. He was a healer. Nkemdelim watched him care for the sick. His touch was soft. His presence was peaceful. When he turned to her, he simply said to her, Ken is my name. That night, Nkemdelim could not sleep. She said to herself, 5 men, 5 hearts, 1 name. Which one is mine? She whispered into the darkness, and she was desperate for answers. She returned to the prophet's shrine the next morning, but the air was different. When she got to the prophet's shrine, people gathered. Women cried softly, and her heart dropped. The prophet, someone said, he passed away last night. The world stood still. No more answers. No more guidance. Just her and the 5 Kens. From that day, Nkemdelim knew this was now her journey. Not of prophecy, but of the heart. She began to spend time with each of them. With the farmer Ken, she felt peace. He taught her patience, the rhythm of the earth, and the quiet beauty of simple living. But deep inside her, She wondered, would her dreams grow in such a quiet life? With the teacher Ken, her mind danced. He spoke wisdom, saw the future, and inspired her thoughts. Yet there was a wall around his heart, a silence he could not explain. Then the merchant Ken dazzled her world. Ambition, confidence, and promises of a life full of comfort. But sometimes, his eyes chased wealth more than they rested on her. Then the musician Ken, he made her feel alive. His songs carried her soul. His laughter filled her nights. But like the wind, he could not be held. He was free, too free. Then, the healer. With him, there were no loud promises, no grand speeches, just presence. He listened when she spoke. He understood when she was silent. He stayed even when there was nothing to gain. Still, her heart was torn. How do I choose? She cried one evening. So she decided. She would not choose with her eyes. She would not choose with her ears. She would choose with truth. And time revealed everything. The farmer struggled when change came. The teacher could not let go of his past. The merchant chose profit over people. The musician drifted when responsibility called. But the healer, he stayed. Steady, patient, and true. Then one day, Nkemdilim fell ill. She was weak, tired, and fading. And in that moment, when strength left her body, truth revealed itself. Some of the Kens visited, some sent words, but only one stayed by her side day and night, holding her hand, praying quietly for her, fighting for her, without fear. Ken, the healer. When she opened her eyes again, she did not need prophecy. She did not need signs. She knew. And the wedding was like a festival of joy. Drums echoed through Umuaka. Women danced. Men laughed. And beneath the same ancient tree where her journey began, Nkemdilim held his hand. Tears filled her eyes as she smiled. "You are my Ken," she whispered. And from that day on, their love became a story told under moonlight. A story of patience, of truth, and of destiny not found in names, but in the heart.